guys, welcome to the World Class Happiness channel again. I'm Dominic, this is my son Ryan. Now, as most of you know, I've written a book called World Class Happiness, and this channel is about happiness, and that's what I like to talk about. But what some of you may not know is that I am a professional judo and MMA coach. Problem with that at the minute is obviously with COVID still hanging around, we're not able to get to the clubs and do our normal training. Now Ryan is a high-level judo player for his age group, and that has caused a little bit of a problem for him and myself and the running of my clubs. But what we're trying to do is to look at the positives. All right, it's very easy to sit back and complain about you can't do this, can't do that, this has got in the way, this is a problem. We tend to want to see problems and change them around and think of them as challenges, think of them as opportunities. And we've had some really good opportunities ourselves to maybe work a little bit closer together, like one-to-one. We've worked on certain things that we wouldn't have been able to work on in the general sessions, like a bit more kind of gripping stuff, a bit more movement stuff. And you know, Ryan's worked on his own with some of his other stuff, some stretching and stuff. So we've taken some opportunities to do some different things that we wouldn't have normally have done. And that's what we need to be able to do in these times where, you know, where things seem to be going wrong. Now, I heard Conor McGregor on a recent interview, I think it was back in November, but he's got a fight coming up against Dustin Poirier on January the 23rd, I think it is, next year. And he was doing a recent interview about his business projects and some of his family situation and stuff like that. So less about his MMA career, and he was talking about what it takes in order to be happy and to be successful. And he more or less saying that it was possible to be successful but not necessarily be happy, because you can build something up quick, but if the foundations aren't there, then things will break down and obviously crumble fairly quick. Now, what he admitted himself was that sometimes he hasn't put all these basics in place and things have kind of gone up and down for him, but when all these basics are there, then everything else falls into place and everything else goes well. By basics, what he's talking about are the simple things, what we'd all consider the simple things, like nutrition and diet, intake of water, getting the correct rest, getting good sleep and stuff like that. And that's stuff that he has got control of all the time, and stuff that we've got control of and you've got control of during these troubled times and stuff like that. We've all got control over those things, and if those things are in place, if those things are being done correctly, then everything else tends to go well. So when you've got those, and when you are doing those things correctly and you know that you're doing them right, then you tend to have a mindset that is optimistic, and you tend to have a positive mindset, and you're then looking for things that are positive as opposed to the negatives. And that's when you see the opportunities like we're doing now. We're in a nice dojo here which belongs to a friend of ours, but because he comes to the judo club with his son and has found that he's had a good experience there. He's helped us in this time and given us the opportunity to train at his little venue here, which is fantastic, as you can see. And we've really made the most of it, and we're doing these little bits when we come back to actually be at a higher level than we would have been had we have been just training as normal. All right, so the message today is look after those basics, those little what seem like the small things but are actually the big things. And that's not just me telling you that. Conor McGregor is putting that message across as well. And look for the opportunities in troubled times. So they're my two messages today. We need to get back to training.